Bob Beckel is professor of advanced political studies at George Washington University. He's a Fox News contributor. I probably don't have to tell you that. And Alex Conant is here, too, former spokesman for the Republican National Committee. Bob, first to you, does Boehner have a point there? Does it seem like we all are witnessing, again, a campaign?
Well, first of all, the campaign is as much on the other side as it is on Obama's side. And Boehner, I think, frankly, John's a little bit tongue-in-cheek here, I hope. I hope he doesn't really believe that. But look, let's put it this way. If you see these things over and over again on television, and there's been a lot of exposure on town halls, and you see things like this guy pushing his brother up in a wheelchair in front of John Dingell saying his brother was going to die because of this bill, and that always informed Sarah Palin, talking about death panels, which she knows nothing about and don't exist. Eventually, that is going to start to erode support in the country, and I agree that's true. But let us not for a minute here believe that these are some outpouring of genuine people getting up in the morning saying, I'm going by myself. I used to do this in '85. I had a company. We organized just to do this, to pack town hall meetings. There's nothing wrong with that. These people have every right to be heard. I'm not disagreeing with that. But to suggest that this is some spontaneous outpouring is absolutely ridiculous. And if you believe that, you believe in the Tooth Fairy.
Alex, are these people all plants who are screaming?
No, I think that it reflects public opinion overall in this country, which is that the vast majority of people oppose what they're hearing that the Democrats are trying to pass here in Congress. And the more that they learn about it, the more that the president goes out and the more that the congressmen try to have town halls and explain to them the issue, the more they oppose the health care overhaul that's being discussed here in Congress. That's the problem facing the Democrats right now. And the poll this morning shows that independent voters, by an almost 2-to-1 margin, sympathize with the protesters at these town halls. The more they learn about the Democrats' plan to take over health care, the more they oppose it. That's a problem for the
Jane, the actual word I used was organized, not plant. And Alex, do you think these people could maybe say what they want to say without screaming as much as they do?
Well, I think that there's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of emotions on both sides of the aisle. And that's to be encouraged. I think that we should be encouraging people to show up at these town halls on both sides and have a rational debate, just like you and I are having right now.
But you're encouraging them to do it over the lies of Sarah Palin about death panels. I mean, how do you think these people really know what's in these bills, or do you think they listen to Sarah Palin?
I guess that's a question that you could ask for it to any of us.
Or the members of Congress who refuse to read the entire bill.
I've actually read it only because I figured I'd be asked the question.
But we don't even have, that's the whole point that some of the critics have made, is that we don't even have a plan that we're talking about, is that the White House has handed this to Congress, and now we've got competing plans. What are we actually dealing with? And does that not just breed confusion?
Look, Jane, you put your finger on it. Here's where I think the White House made a mistake, and that is they let too much control of this go to Congress, and they've gotten behind on the message curve. It's clearly having to do that, and that's why Barack Obama's out around the country this week.
So a question then for both of you, then why does this tact work that the White House is taking? Why does this work to say, even though the polls say people are fearful and confused and angry, why does it work to say, you know what, those people, that's not spontaneous anger, as you say, and those people are all planted maybe perhaps by some of these groups? I don't understand why they think that works.
I don't think it does work. I don't think going out and calling the opposition names, trying to marginalize the opposition is going to work, when at the bottom of the matter, at the essence of the matter is that they have a policy problem. The bills being worked on in Congress do not contain costs. People in America, people outside the Beltway, understand that, which is why you're seeing so many people opposing this legislation. And the more the president talks about it without coming back to Washington and addressing the crux of the issue, the more people are just simply going to oppose it.
Bob, you're using the same message. Why do you think it works? Why do you use it?
Well, first of all, the reason people in the polls are not angry. The people in these town meetings are showing anger. If people were as angry over this health bill as they are in these town meetings, I mean, you'd have to hand out Prozac around the town so you could get downtown. I mean, look, let's be honest with ourselves here. This is not what the majority of American people, what these people are doing. You don't see them walking down the main street at their lunch break and screaming at the top of their lungs, do you?
Maybe you must live in an awfully nice town, Bob. You should see where I live.
It's Washington, D.C. It ain't that nice, I can tell you that.
Bob and Alex, we're going to have to leave it there for today, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Jane.